What's up? You know how it is. I don't tell you to do something without necessarily telling you how to do it. And I remember this conversation I was having with a friend. Yes, a friend again. I didn't specify in my last video, but in these two videos, I'm just talking about two friends, two conversations with two friends. And I think both videos emanated from the same conversation. I'm not sure. So you see, the thing with good listeners is they give you the time, space, and grace that allows you to just come to the solution that you wanted from them yourself. Like as I was talking to her, I just realized myself that in as much as the ramifications of the widened gap between me and God were just being more apparent, the telltale signs had been there for a really long while. Because I realized that I used to watch how I ate, not what I ate, but how I ate. Then all of a sudden I didn't care about that and I stopped. 2 months later, I stopped working out, and it didn't take a while before I stopped being proactive with my prayer life, such that by the end of November, the only thing that remained actively as part of my schedule was my schoolwork, which was no success story either, because if I'm just being honest, I wouldn't have done it if I had the option not to do it. In talking to her, she made me realize that this is the year that has really forced us to change for the better. Like, this is the year that we've been all forced to grow collectively in one way or another. Yes, I know it's been tough, but nothing good stems out of comfort. So, in as much as we're becoming better versions of ourselves, we must allow ourselves the grace that we are just beginning the process. Actually, the exact terminology she used is that we are in the seedling stage. And as you look into the life of a seedling, there's some things it needs for it to grow. Some more than others, but generally what a seedling needs is oxygen, water, the correct temperatures, and sunlight. Similarly, for you to grow, for you as a seedling right now in 2020 as it's ending, for you to grow, there are some things you need. Yes, God is right there at the top of the list, but God isn't going to develop a good work ethic for you. He might give you the strength, but he's not going to work out for you. I remember this lecturer told us quite categorically that some of you are not eating right, you're not working out. And the problem with living like this is when the time comes for you to walk into the things that have already been predestined for you, your health starts failing you. So the point I'm trying to make is that I realized that slowly I had started disregarding the very things that God had put around me to allow me to stay in purpose. So in 3 months, I had gone from this guy who watched how he ate and had just started having his life all together to a guy who was living deadline to deadline to deadline. Totally unrelated examples, yes, I know. But trust me, it's a slippery slope you don't want to get on. But what if you're already there? What if you're already living like this? What if you already swerved to the other side and now you're trying to get back? Well, it's a good thing that you're here now. You're in luck because having watched all 279 episodes of The Big Bang Theory at least 3 times over, I'm bound to have picked up a couple of things. And one of the things that I picked up from Johnny Galecki, aka Leonard Hofstadter, is that when an application or a system hits a rough patch, it is reinstated back to the last time it worked perfectly. Similarly, what should you do? Try and just look back to the last time you had a deep connection with God. You felt really close to Him. You were in deep communion and constant communication with Him. And try and remember the things that you used to do, how your schedule looked like, how did you spend most of your time, and what were you doing. And when you remember these things, try and reapply them back to your life. Like for me, I started working out again. Yeah, I know. I'm bad like that. I also went back to watching how I ate, not what. Maybe someday I'll be able to watch what I ate, but as per now, it's just the how. And as I'm recording this, I'm on a 2 week break from all secular things so that I can be able to just reshape and realign and refocus back on my God and reinstate that deep connection that I once had with Him. And I'm just realizing that, by the way, I don't need social media. I don't miss it as much as I thought I would. But when it comes to Netflix, I need an intervention, by the way. But maybe when they remove Big Bang Theory on the 30th of this month, I'll be okay. Meanwhile, I'm open to comedy series recommendations. I've watched Friends, I've watched Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I've watched Modern Family, I've tried New Girl. When I'm done with this sabbatical, I'll go back to watching The Office. But all the same, Big Bang Theory is the best thing that has ever happened to TV. That is not an opinion, neither is it a statement. It is a fact. In fact, if you don't agree, you might as well log off right now. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, as I finish, the Bible tells us to examine our ways and test them and return to the Lord. And examining our ways basically means to look into our lives, the things we do as well as the things that we don't do. Because sometimes the solution to our problems lies not in desisting from doing some things or correcting some things, but in doing more. For example, if you're not praying enough or if you're not praying at all, you need to do that more. And once you do this, you need to test them. Are they working? Are they taking you back to the relationship you had with God and the purpose He has for you? And I believe when you do this, you'll be able to know exactly what you need to do. And you will be left with the option of whether to do them or not. So today, let us examine our ways, test them, and return to them.